Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Bowler, and today I will be doing my third game review on Nier Automata. This review will be very different from the last two, since I've been putting in more information in the actual opinion, which isn't really how a review works. As you've seen at the beginning, there will be spoilers in this review. I put in timestamps in case you want to watch the video but simply don't want any spoilers. So please, bear with me as I try this new reviewing style. Nier Automata is a third-person JRPG developed by Platinumgames and published by Square Enix, and is the second installment in the Nier series. The game came out in early February 2017 and is currently available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Model 210. Operator?
First, we'll start with the main plot. Aliens have come to invade Earth by sending down machines to eradicate humanity so that it's safe for them to come down. The last of humanity flees to the moon and sends a counterattack down to Earth. Androids. The androids formed a group called a Yorha, which was specialized at destroying machines. That's where you come in. You play as 2B, one of the androids. Later on in this review, we'll discuss a story which will contain spoilers. The world of Nier Automata is set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. Personally, I really like this world because of its high variety of areas to explore. You got the desert, the magical forest, abandoned city ruins, or even Robot Disney World. My least favorite area has got to be the desert. It's way too empty and too big. What makes the areas so different from each other is they each have unique enemies and soundtracks. And thanks to the high mobility of my character, I never get bored exploring these areas with all the secrets they have. There are many characters in this game, with most of them being pretty forgettable. Sometimes the game tries throwing a plot twist on a character's personality or story, which will either fail or succeed to catch your attention. None of the characters are really that interesting to me, but what captures my attention is the relationships between these characters. I'll give you a terrible example, 2B and 9S. Now look, if you're someone who likes to ship a lot, you're gonna love these two. The characters have interesting relationships, which makes the story so much more likable.
A2. Why did you kill my brother?
The sound of this game is very nice, from the sounds the machines make to the sounds of slashing robots with your sword. It always sounds clean to me, and there's nothing extraordinary with the voice acting, except for 9S. Huge props to the English voice actor to 9S. He's absolutely amazing at just switching personalities, so again, props to him.
You... Don't you dare talk to me about 2B!
And the soundtracks. This is without a doubt the best game I've ever played in terms of soundtracks. I mean, just listen to these soundtracks. such an amazing job done for the soundtracks, which can do a really good job of playing with your emotions. The game just would not be the same without them. They make the boss fights so much more intense. Now we gotta get into gameplay, and if the soundtracks don't make this game stand out, it's the combat. The combat consists of many things: light attacks, heavy attacks, parries, evade, skills, shooting, and more goes into the combat. The gameplay can feel like a beat 'em up, but other times it feels like a very strategic game as you go against stronger enemies. The combat feels very smooth and intense, and so fast paced you just can't get enough of it. And there is a huge variety of enemies, which all have their own ways to turn you into metal junk. I love it. Now, something really unique about the combat are plug-in chips. They're sort of like an upgrade system. Now, there's a limit of how many of them you can use at a time. Now, here's the cool part. You start off with plug-in chips that give you all the features of your HUD. So there's a plug-in chip for your health bar, the number of damage you deal, minimap, and more. You can take these plug-in chips out, features of your HUD, to make room for upgrades, which I find so neat and weird. Just don't take out your heart or you'll unlock one of the 27 endings, most of those being secret funny endings. Spoiler warning. Please fast forward to this timestamp if you do not want any spoilers on the story. Time to discuss the story. The story of this game is pretty weird, and once you finish your first playthrough, you will realize that it's only the beginning. Your first playthrough ends by defeating Eve of 2B, and then you'll play as Linus for your second playthrough, which I really like because he's so different from 2B and brings a new gameplay aspect, hacking your enemies. Your second playthrough will end once you defeat Eve of 9S. Now, after my second playthrough ended, that's where I was expecting the main story to end. But no, there's a third playthrough that continues the story. Now, this is where things get really interesting. A new character comes in play for a third playthrough, A2, an android that abandoned Yorha, and 2B actually gets killed by A2 at the beginning of the third playthrough because 2B was being hacked by the ever-growing machines. So A2 killed 2B as requested. This, of course, made 9S go absolutely bonkers and want to kill A2. Now, I really like this part because throughout this playthrough, you'll be switching between A2 and 9S, which already told me they'd end up fighting in the future. As the playthrough progressed, 9S slowly went insane because of 2B's death, but I think the character development here was a little too slow.
This tower is a giant cannon that's aimed at the human server on the moon. If we don't do something, all of humanity's remaining data will be destroyed.
So what? None of it matters. Or didn't you know? We aren't required.
Alright, at the end of the third playthrough, that's where I'm really on edge. The game goes for a mega plot twist, which is a hit or miss, being a miss for me. I can't even give an accurate explanation of the plot twist, but what I got out of it is humanity was long gone before the aliens came, and the already existing androids were told that humanity is still alive on the moon, so they made Yorha because they had to fight for something, and 2B is actually 2E, an android designed to kill other androids, and 9S was designed to be killed because it knew he discovered the truth one day, and it's all just a little confusing. Now I gotta get something out of the way. This is a weird game that takes many risks, and I really applaud the game for doing so, because most of the time, their risks pay off and make the game so much more enjoyable. Example, the game takes a risk at changing the camera angle sometimes to make it a 2D platformer, or give you a bird's eye perspective. This is a huge risk, and although I can understand why some don't enjoy it, for me, it adds lots of diversity to the combat and most of the time works how it should.
You'll die. All of you are going to die.
Nier Automata is an amazing game and is a must-play for JRPG fans. The game runs very smooth with its combat and has a great map to explore, but falls short with its character development and for some, its story development as well. This is a unique game and takes many risks. I give so much credit to this game for just all the weird things it did and for most of them actually working. Platinumgames, you got my attention for the future. Great job on this game. Anyways, that'll be it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I hope this whole new reviewing style ended up working. Thank you for watching my review, and if you want to see more reviews, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.